Hello, this is Father Jamie. I hope y'all are having a lovely Sunday. I just wanted to give you a little tidbit from my homily this weekend. In the Gospel this Sunday, we hear about Jesus telling the parable about the landowner and his vineyard, and how the landowner leased his vineyard to tenants. And when the landowner sent his servants to go get the produce, the tenants beat and killed them, and then eventually beat and killed his son that he sent later. Jesus is telling this story to show what is going to happen to him later. And he tells the chief priests and the elders, someday the vineyard is going to be taken away from you. The main thing here, Jesus is telling the elders that they need to get over themselves. They're allowing jealousy, greed, and insecurity to get the best of them. By this point, Jesus had quite the following. He had healed a bunch of people. He had compassion on people, and they were starting to flock around him. And the elders could not handle that. They were jealous. And so they started looking for every little wrong thing they could find. So Jesus had to tell them about themselves. And Jesus wants us to keep our vineyards, our gardens, and our hearts clean from jealousy, envy, and all of those things. Jesus uses these natural images to speak to us, and they still speak to us today. The pastor and I have a garden behind the rectory, and we try our best to take care of it, and I love the raised garden that he helped me plant myself. And so, a lot of times I'll go out there and I'll just go grab something that smells good to put in the pot for seasoning. I'll never forget the day that we were having a meeting, and Father Mike looks out the door and goes, "That squirrel!" There was a squirrel that was about to take a bite out of something, so he chased it away. And that's what Jesus calls us to do, is to chase those bad things out of our gardens, whatever they may be, trying to take a bite out of our heart. Whether that be jealousy, greed. When we allow one little weed to come in, it's going to spread. And I think money, pride are a lot of the sources of these issues. We get so caught up in material things and what other people have or what we wish we had, we let it eat us up. We need to remember it's not just about us, it's about the other. We need to love, give, and not be so focused on what we're going to receive. It's difficult. We're human. We're going to fall. In our second reading from St. Paul, he tells us that we're to call on God and he will guard our hearts. God will guard our hearts. So may we put our trust in him. Jesus told us he is going to be the cornerstone. He's the stone that the builders rejected, and he will become the cornerstone. May we allow him to be that in our lives. May we put our trust in him. It will be okay. We just have to trust, pray, take care of the vineyard that he has entrusted to us. That way we can be in that heavenly vineyard someday in his kingdom. Amen.